Delta Force Season 7 brings with it a few new unique med items that are worth knowing about because one in particular can get you a load of free bonus loot that you can't get any other way, and it's also needed for a bunch of the seasonal missions, and that is the Mystic Neural Device Type 1. I'm going to explain exactly how to get that, show you exactly how it works, both for finding free loot and also for the seasonal missions that you might find a little bit confusing. So in order to get this thing, you can either buy it from your T&E lab. If you go over to our supply station, T&E lab mission items, you can see we've got the Mystic Neural Device Type 1 here. It's 50k a pop, and there's no purchase limit on those. You can buy as many as you want. And you can see over on the right-hand side here, it says activation time 3 seconds. That's how long it takes to use. Lasts for 5 minutes, 600 seconds, but there is a caveat to that. And then it says a neural device of mysterious origin from the black market. Its effects are unpredictable. It could bring destruction or perhaps rebirth. Only those who experience it firsthand will know the truth. So pretty vague. But you don't really need to worry about actually buying these with your hard-earned cash, because if you go to the seasonal missions, the very first one you do, which is extract with 250k alloy, is going to give you 5 of these for free. And then as you go through the missions, you're also going to get another 5 when you get to the 4th one along here, Relink Neo. This will give you another 5 as well. So you keep getting given these for free as you go through the seasonal missions. And some of the seasonal missions are going to ask you to go in and do stuff with them. If you go down to stealth space, and the first one here, you can see it says all this stuff about go in with one of these devices, do a scan, look at an item, reconstruct audio clues. So we're going to go over that, and I'll show you that exactly in game in a moment. So in order to use this thing for the seasonal missions, you're going to need to take it into a round with you, and then it works just like any other med item. It needs to be used. It's like a syringe, you know, like the audio syringe or a stamina syringe. You have to put it in your pocket or your rig and then consume it like a med item, or click in it and select use, and then that's going to activate that for a short period of time. And what you need to do if you're trying to do one of these seasonal mission things is you need to go to the marked place on the map. So you'll see the blue icon showing where you need to go. Click that so you can see where you need to be. Go there, have this thing active. You can either activate it there or beforehand. It doesn't matter as long as it's active. And then whilst you're there, you need to scan with it. Once you've got the neural device active, you'll see down in the bottom right where it shows your gadgets and your ultimate abilities. It will have added on an extra icon there showing that you can trigger this extra ability while it's active. So when you're there in the location, trigger this ability. That's going to perform a scan. That's one of these 2 things in the mission where it has 2 parts to all these mystic neural device things. One of them is to go to that place and trigger a scan. That's going to tick off one part. And then in that location, there's going to be an item that you can see somewhere that you need to click on whilst this is active. And that's going to play like a little bit of audio plot stuff you can listen to if you want. And that's going to be the other part of it. For instance, in this little room in Dam here near the cement plant, outside the construction area and the tunnels and stuff, we've got this data recorder thing on the side here. And once we've scanned in this room, we can go over and we click on this. It's going to play all this audio stuff for us. And then that's going to tick off both parts of this mission. There's a bunch of missions like this in the tree, and that's exactly the process you need to do in all of those locations. There's also another part to this device in the seasonal missions where you have to do something slightly different, and that ties in with its other ability to help you find bonus secret loot. So for instance, on the main objective, Tier 1, Relink Neo, deep in the container, this is the second to last mission. You can see it says, use the Mystic Neural Device to successfully scan for additional storage space in any container 6 times. So I've just jumped into a private lobby of Space City Hard here so I can demonstrate this item to you. It's a good map to do it because there's a lot of flight cases on here. So what we want to do here, see this flight case here, go to this, we can loot this. It's going to have some stuff in it, which looks like it's mostly junk. And then what we can do with this device, if we activate our neural device, I've got a bunch of them here, we'll turn this on and get this one activated. And this is now going to last for 600 seconds or until its charge runs out. And its charge will run out quicker when we perform scans with it. You can see the clock at the moment is on about 29 minutes. So if we did nothing, that would last for 5 to about 24 minutes. But what we can do now is anywhere we stand, we can scan. We can scan standing here if we want. And what that is going to do is if there's any valid containers nearby that could have a hidden compartment in it, it's going to highlight them. You see it's come up with 2 containers there, and it's going to highlight those in blue. So what we can do is go over to this thing, and we have to actually scan this again. You can see in the bottom right, the cooldown is gone. So we can now scan this. We have to scan this item specifically. You can see the power going down on the bottom left there. We've lost 33% there for that scan. And that's going to reduce that 600 seconds. And then we can now search the hidden compartment on this flight case, and we can find more stuff in here that you wouldn't otherwise be able to find. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit better because we're on hard mode. Sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be junk. Most of the time, I found stuff in normal that's just been pretty much junk, to be honest. And if we go over here and scan again, you can see this actually picked up these little door things here. So what you can do is go up to these. You can do this on any door that has a keypad or any keycard door. And we could do scan on this. And then when that's done, that's going to set an alarm on this door. You can see in the bottom left, it set a 3-minute alarm. So when an enemy comes along and triggers this, opens this door, it's going to set off alarm and tell us that someone has opened it. And you can do this on doors like this and also on keycard doors as well. Kind of slightly limited in its use, but it's an interesting little thing. But the main thing we want to do is be scanning for these hidden compartments. So let's go and find some more flight cases. I'll just demonstrate that again. There's only certain types of container that you can actually do this on. One of them is a flight case. One of them is the little yellow top containers, and one of them is the suitcase, the premium suitcase that's sort of standing up luggage thing on wheels. Those are the 3 containers that you can scan at the moment with this. It may end up changing at some point, but that is the one. Those are the ones you can currently do. So you can see we've got 2 of those things here. We do a scan here, you're going to see these things get highlighted. So you can see this goes blue down here, and that goes blue there. So that's just showing that they have potential to have a hidden compartment. It doesn't mean they do have a hidden compartment. So we still need to go over and scan them to check that. And we can do this before or after this has been opened. It doesn't really matter. They don't always have a hidden compartment. So you see here it says no hidden compartment found. We can just search that normally, but there won't be any hidden stuff in there. And when you're doing that mission that we just talked about in the seasonal missions where it says you have to scan 7 things or 6 things with hidden compartments or whatever, that only counts when you scan stuff and it has a hidden compartment. So scanning this and it not having one, that's not going to count. We're going to have to actually find something that does have a hidden compartment. And by the way, you can see that it finished off the neural device there, ran out of steam because we'd done so much scanning. So we're going to need to activate another one now. Thankfully, we have a whole bunch of them with us. And we go over here and we can scan this thing. We know this might have a hidden compartment. So we'll do a scan on this yellow tub. And that does have a hidden compartment, so we can open that by pressing L and see what's in there. And then we can also look in the main compartment as well and loot that. We'll go over and do these extra flight cases as well, so you can see this in action. Here's another one we can scan. It takes quite a lot of juice out of it. When you scan containers like this, it is going to run out pretty quick. You see 33% lost on every scan there. Nothing found in that one. So pretty mixed results as to whether you're actually going to get stuff in these. And then we've got 2 more we can come and scan here. So we'll go and scan these final 2. See if we can get a hidden compartment and a flight case. Maybe find something good. Nothing in there. And then we just have to wait for the cooldown on that before we can scan again. And then we can scan this one. And this is probably going to finish off my juice. You can see I've got 11 durability left on that yet. But you see the hidden compartment here. It gets marked in this kind of cool blue icon down the bottom here. We can press L, open up that, and see what's inside and get a bunch of stuff. And actually some vaguely okay things that time, but nothing amazing. So that's a little rundown of everything you really need to know about how the Mystic Neural device works. There's a few other new unique med items that have come into the game. 2 of those you can only get when they're dropped by bosses or high tier enemies. And one of them you can actually buy in the store or in the auction at the moment. But I'll cover those in a separate video. Let me know if you have anything else to add to that. Any other tips or any questions about this or questions about other parts of the seasonal missions. Oh look, there's a rocket fuel for us. There you go, there's a bonus rocket fuel spawn and a nice little half of rocket fuel just to end the video. Yeah, let me know if you have any other feedback, any other questions on the seasonal missions. Drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Or if you see any questions people are asking down there, then chuck your answers down below if you think you can help them out as well. Nice one. Well, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like and sub to the channel. And don't forget, you can get discounted Delta coins by using my creator code link. That's the Midas Buy link down in the video description. That's going to save you some money when you're buying Delta coins in game.